appreciate this. So you guys, I'm here at CD Bistro. I am about to go on stage and sing for a little bit. Here's the deal. I am here with Monica May and her husband. We have great food, great music, great drinks. And now I'm about to go on stage and let them really hear what the Half Centenarian has to offer. I'm lying. But Monica May is in the building, you guys. Check us out. Stay with me, because I'm telling you, there's a lot going on at CB Bistro. You have no idea. What's up, Half Centenarians? You are back in the building with WOHC. You never know what you're going to get on our Half Centenarian channel. Yes. So now we have not only someone who has a voice for radio, but a face for television.
Oh my.
All right now?
Ooh.
Yes. I am not going to steal her thunder, but I have been blessed to sit here and stand and bask in Monica May's glory. And I'm going to let her sit here and introduce herself, and then we will continue with our conversation.
Oh my. Well, thank you so much for having me. That is the very first thing that I need to say to you, Miss Marla.
All right.
This Half Centenarian piece I've been looking forward to for quite some time.
Thank you.
First of all, just to meet you, and then to understand that there is somebody who wants to tell the story of women, men, people over 50, and just the glory of getting to this wonderful age.
Girl, you better preach.
I'm telling you, because it's a wonderful thing.
That's right.
To get past 50.
And cut. But I'm just saying, because that's all this is about, is showcasing people who are doing great things. And I am so excited to be here with you. You know that energy, because you feel the energy of what we're trying to do. It shows on the camera, and there's so many people who don't understand how beautiful it is to get here. I'm just saying. Life gets better, it gets gooder, I like to say.
You know what? Yeah. So much gooder that had I known I was going to live this long, I would have
treated yourself.
I sure would.
I wouldn't have ran so many miles on my knees. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, those kinds of things are really important. But okay, so I might be stealing a little bit of your thunder, but let me just say this. So, just as a Half Centenarian at 54 years old, not married, and I just talked to Monica and met her, and she said she got married. Tell them about your marriage and your family and your wedding and your all of that, and let them know.
So I met my husband when I was probably 54, 55. We got married when I was 57. We've been together now 8 years. And married about 4 or 5 of those. But we met on a blind date. I have never gone on a blind date, you guys, ever in my life. And I was hosting an event. I saw an older couple come in. Yeah. I liked their vibe, and then I realized, oh, I know her. And I went over and I said, oh, I want that. She thought I meant some jewelry. I said, no. And she said so loud, it was so embarrassing. I can't believe Monica May doesn't have a date. And I said, well, I do. Dates are easy, but I want a future. I want tomorrow.
I want tomorrow.
And
I love that.
She said, let me think about that for a moment. And then that was Sunday. She called me Monday and said, my best friend is a caterer. How do you feel about that? She said he owns his own company. I said, a black man with his own business? Yeah. I like that.
He's a BMW.
You know? And then the fact that he wasn't in media made it even more better.
Love it.
We met later in the week for dinner, and when I walked into the restaurant, I looked across the room, and I figured this was the brother. He was sitting back.
All right.
And he had his drink there, and he was just like, that swag was showing from the chair and the way he was stretched out in the chair. And I said, thank you, Lord, there's my husband. Yeah. And on the second date, we met at a place, and if you're in Orlando, you know the Enzion Theater, or the Enzion. And it's real eclectic, like couches and coffee tables. He was sitting on the couch, and he had his arm in my space, and I said, as I walk across the floor, will he move his arm? And no, he did not. So I leaned into Big Papa, and I was very content. And when we went across the street for dinner, he said to me, so what's next for Robin Monica May? I said, the first thing is you remembered my full government name in the correct order. I like you already. But I said to become Mrs. George Ashford. Yeah. And he didn't say, check, please. He said, this is good. This is really good. So we just went on from there. But the funny thing was that first date, he didn't know who I was. And when I say that, not that I am all that, but he listened to Tom Joyner, but he didn't pay attention to the name, of the person that was hosting it, which was good. So it was his daughter that told him, she said, "Oh, you look like you had a good date." And he said, "Yes, I did. What's her name?" And Monica May. And she said, "Wait a minute, Daddy, you did not."
Wow.
And he said, "Well, yeah, that's what she said her name was."
Right.
And so she Googled me, and he said, "Yeah, that's her." That's her? So, but he never treated me any different.
I love it.
And that's what I love about him. He wasn't impressed.
So let me stop you right here, because here's what's funny. So we're going to the back door of who you are. So I got all the way around, and you had a great segue into that part, because tell us about Monica May and who are you? And why in Orlando and anywhere else on radio, she is the woman in charge. So she's done so many great things, but I was just trying to let y'all know about my part that I was excited about. Now we're going to find out who Monica May really is.
Thank you for that opportunity. So radio and television is what I've always wanted to do. I mean, I can remember being a kid and knowing I want to be in that box.
Yes.
I really wanted to do that. So my degree is in radio and television production. And I graduated in May of 19, and then by September had my first gig in DC, because I'm from New York.
Gotcha.
And from there I moved to several cities. And that's the thing about radio.
Yeah.
I tell people it's not so much the money, it's the experience for me.
Gotcha.
And I've had wonderful experiences throughout my 40-year career.
40, wow.
I just stopped 2 years ago. And I stopped really because I wanted to. The field is changing so much. And I was done. I was okay. And the one thing that I've always created, Marla, in my life and in my career are options. All right?
So you've done a lot, though.
I have. I've done a whole lot.
So give us some ideas of give us an experience. If you would say something that comes to mind in the radio industry that you've done, give us something.
I'll tell you two funny stories.
Okay.
One was I got to interview Barack Obama.
What?
Yeah. During the run that Hillary was making, he was doing certain stations, and he chose ours, and had a really that was such a cool conversation. The second highlight was interviewing the Honorable Louis Farrakhan.
Oh yes.
So that was the anniversary of the Million Man March. He was only doing certain stations. Ours was chosen. I had to drive to Miami to do this. My program director was a Muslim, and he was the one who arranged it. And when I tell you that people always say that public speaking is probably one of the worst things that's on the top
fears
of everyone's list of the worst things ever. And do I ever get nervous? People would ask me that. Baby, my nerves took the best of me. Wow. Because this man is an icon.
Yes. Both of them.
Yes. When you walk into the room with the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, someone else was in the chair. He does not come out until the very end. And that's for safety.
I can imagine that too.
So that's why I say it wasn't so much the money that intrigued me about my career. It was the experiences, the people that I've met along the way, and the opportunities.
Wow.
That
sounds so wonderful, because that's what I'm just starting this part of my life's journey, letting people tell their stories.
I love the show.
Oh, thank you so much for that too, and it's just an honor to meet people like you that have done so much. And for me as a Half Centenarian, I want to show people this is what we're doing in silos, but man, how many people would want to. You don't know how many people are looking to do and change things as a Half Centenarian. But my next question is, what are you doing to help pay it forward for people in the community? Because that's what we owe other people. We owe them to be able to do that. So how are you doing that?
One of the things that my resume will tell you is that I'm one of the hardest working women there is, because my community means so much to me. My business card always said news and community affairs director.
Gotcha.
So the last radio station I worked at, we created something called Star Cares. And in Star Cares, I monetized it so that I could have sponsors that would ride my back and be at some of the political events that I moderated, to be at some of the community gatherings. So there was always the step and repeats that would list all of my sponsors.
Gotcha.
But it also gave more than $250,000 in non-traditional revenue to that radio station annually. Okay? That's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
So community for me is very important. What I do now in terms of broadcasting, I work with a community organization that is called Frontline Outreach. And we teach middle school students from the Legends Academy broadcasting. So we're doing sports broadcasting because at that community center, there is swimming. This is in the hood.
In the hood.
An Olympic-sized swimming pool, a tennis court.
So they can go
Water
and
polo.
interview and stuff like that?
Yes,
How cool
and we
is that?
just did a phenomenal interview with two rival black high school swim teams.
Good.
To see these black and brown children swimming, and some of them just learned how to do it, and they're competing.
I love it. And I did want to add too, because I have 2 daughters. You have your daughter, and you're doing something really great and building capacity with that as well.
So Monique and I, she's 32 now. About 8 years ago, we started something called Let's Spill the Tea. Let's Spill the Tea is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3. It's an organization for mothers and daughters who are 14 to 21, and now fathers and daughters.
Ah, that's
because the dads were like, "Yo,
what about us?
What about us?"
Yes.
So we do a father and daughter brunch right here at CB Bistro. And then, of course, the mother-daughter one. And my next one is coming up soon.
Very nice. How is it that you and your husband, who is the chef, and you have the CB Bistro, how are you guys living your best life now?
Oh my gosh, because we get to take off whenever we want.
Come on.
I'm telling you that CB Bistro is something, it's fictitious. It's what we made it. It is what it is. Catering's best is what we do.
Yes.
He is a caterer. And during COVID, there were no events. And we realized we have this space. We have all of that outdoors. So we put tables outside. We have live entertainment every Friday and Saturday. And Sundays we do brunches inside. And the entertainment is on our stage.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
we were able to give artists an opportunity to work during COVID.
And so check us out here. I mean, look around, you guys. There's so much beautiful artwork. Who is your artist?
Joy Hayes. The Eye of Joy. I met her years ago, and we just built up a friendship.
It's wonderful.
We host art parties with Joy here as well. So, you know, anytime you want to host something in this space, feel free to do it.
Check them out, you guys. CB Bistro. It's a wonderful environment. The place is definitely, it gives you a lot of good energy. You should, the lighting, the acoustics, all of the stuff that you're looking for in a great environment, a great location. And not only that, you have people that are actually showcasing people's artistry. So there are some things that we want to know about you. I want to give you 2 options, and I want you to tell me which of the 2 you would choose.
Is this the question part?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right. So if given the option, what would you choose? Wine or water?
Wine.
Okay, I like you. Night owl or early riser?
Not an early riser. More of a night owl. Early rising is what I did for all those years in morning radio. I was up at 3:30 every morning.
Now that's not even morning.
So I'm like,
That's not.
That's middle of
that's middle of
July.
that's right. That's
So
now
early rise. I get up when I want to.
So it's when I want to.
It's when I want
Wasn't
to.
an option, but I'll give you that.
I know.
Okay.
Sorry.
So blues or jazz?
Jazz.
All right. Pets, no pets.
We have 2 dogs.
Oh, what kind?
One is a terrier and one is a fake Shih Tzu. Because she's mixed with a whole bunch of things. $50 Chuck is what I call her, but her name is Jean Grey. She's sweet, 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 sweet.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
She's 10, and the terrier is a boy, and he's 2, and he's like a typical 2-year-old. No, they're both fixed.
Okay, good. I'm just
they're
saying.
both fixed. But he gave her so much life
Okay.
because they fight
That's
together and then they make up and then they play a lot.
Play a lot. Okay, so pets. All right, driving or flying?
Flying. I just want to get there.
Okay.
I just want to get
Me,
there.
I'm with you on that.
I wanna get there.
Talking or listening?
I'm a great listener.
Right. Reading or writing?
Reading.
All right. Drama or comedy?
I love comedy.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And then the last thing is, if you had a chance to have anybody on your board of directors, living or single, give me 2 people. I mean, living or deceased.
Living or deceased.
2 people you can just sit down and confer with about life, business.
You know who I still want and would love to work with? Is Oprah.
Oh,
I really would.
Yeah.
Because as a journalist is one way, but then as Half Centenarian.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
is
and she's
something
done some
else.
great things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then she gives back. She works with girls.
Good
And
energy.
So
Yeah.
I would love to do that. And Michelle Obama.
Girl, yes, we have the same shoulders, so we have the same shoulders. So we have a lot in common.
You and Michelle, or you and I?
Me and Michelle, girl, we have the same shoulders. We broad. You know what I'm saying? So I've always loved
She's
Michelle.
something else.
I'm just saying, like, I really believe we're the same from the back.
Okay.
Yes. If you walk behind me, you might go, Michelle.
Okay.
No, it's just me. It's just me.
It's just you.
It's okay though, but I like your 2 people, Oprah and Michelle. Strong women, girl.
Yeah.
Yes. And on that note, strong Black woman right here, Monica May, doing great things. When I say an honor to meet such a classic, genuine beauty, inside and out. I love it. This has been a phenomenal opportunity, and we're getting ready to eat at the CB Bistro. So if you're in the Orlando area, I know, like, eat. So when you live in the Orlando area, check us out. Check them out. They have live music on Saturdays, Fridays, and Saturdays.
Fridays we bring out a DJ, and we have this couple.
Yeah. There you go.
They'll be in business and in love too. But this couple that comes out and they flicky.
Yes, check them out. I'm telling you guys, this is a wonderful, wonderful space. I'm so looking forward to it. I know you will too. We're sharing their information on the screen with you right now. There's so much out here that we're doing to help one another. I like that she's helping families come together and help their children grow up and understand that they were birthed by, but now we're becoming friends. I think that is very phenomenal. So keep up the great work.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome.
And I just want to tell you, I'm so very proud of you, and I feel like I've known you forever.
Thank
I
you.
hope that our connection will continue to blossom.
Never. That's right.
I really hope so. And I've got some people that I would love to sit in this chair and be interviewed by you.
I couldn't have closed it any better. See what I'm saying? People that are in broadcasting, I couldn't have closed it any better. So with that in mind, Half Centenarians, don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe, and you could be in this chair yourselves, because we're doing great things in silos. We need to let people know what's happening with us. Grow older gracefully. Man, we're just getting started.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
And she just got married. Don't get me started. I'm getting ready to go out here and find me somebody.
No, don't look. Don't look. Let them come to you.
Okay. All right. Let me sit down. I'm sitting down. Bye, you guys. Have a good rest of your day.